Rare, Starfield, Optic Gaming, Faze Tifu, all that more in today's guys news today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's Daily Dose of Gaming News. Thank you as your host, the Keymaster84, bringing you guys another day, another dollar Daily Dose of Gaming News. That's right, guys, keeping you guys up to date on what's going on in the gaming world. So, before we get too started, make sure you guys are hitting that like and that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much if you do that. Especially if you hit that subscribe button, make sure you guys hit the bell icon. That way you guys get notified every single time we post a video on this channel. That way you guys don't miss on any of the great content we have coming at you guys every single day. Now, since that is out of the way, let's dive into the news. NeoGAF poster Baldir, who also claims to have leaked Microsoft's entire E3 press conference we went over the other day, we've kind of gotten some word on a couple of the things. Perfect Dark Reboot is kind of the one thing that people have been kind of grasping onto, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, really? Perfect Dark Reboot, what it sounds like is happening, and this is all rumor, conjecture, speculation, don't have any shred of actual physical evidence. But Baldir goes on to say that the Perfect Dark Reboot is not actually being made by Rare. It's being made by Dalala Studios, while Rare is actually supervising the project. You guys may have never heard of Dalala Studios, but they're actually the ones currently working on the Battletoads reboot. He has said, the NeoGAF poster has gone to say that the Perfect Reboot is going to be a third person instead of first person shooter. It makes sense. I mean, there's been a lot of rumors saying, oh, the Coalition was working on it. And then before that, they wanted to revamp the series and change up things like that. So it looks like it could potentially be that we could be seeing the Perfect Reboot at E3 as a third-person shooter instead of a first-person shooter. I find that extremely interesting. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, as we hear more and more about it, it makes more and more sense. We'll have to wait and see, find out at E3. Hopefully that does get announced there. Maybe it might just be a brief thing, but we could still be shown a teaser trailer. Hard to say. In other E3 news, Starfield may be going to E3. It's hard to say, guys. It does sound like the voice acting may have begun for Starfield. The Starfield is probably one of the more anticipated games coming out of Bethesda. Everybody's thinking it is going to be at E3 because everybody's saying it's not going to be at E3. It's kind of one of those funny things with E3. It's everybody's like, well, everybody's really harsh on saying it's not going to be E3. It's not going to be E3. Hard to say. I mean, I'd be really interested to see if it will be at E3. I personally don't think it will be at E3. I think this is going to be a 2020 title. So I think if we were to see anything, it'd be extremely early in the process, and I just don't think it'd be a great idea to show that at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so apparently, though, that the voice acting has begun, and so, I mean, that's a good start. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We will wait and see. In other rumors and news today, From Software, From Software is coming out with a new game. It's going to be called The Great Rune, like rune as in like runes, like Nordic runes. It is supposed to be revealed at E3 2019 during the Xbox keynote. Some other rumors that have gone around with it is going to be set in Norse in nature. It's going to be a great in Norse mythology. I mean, it is From Software, so more than likely it is going to be multi-plat. It is going to be at Microsoft conference, because obviously it can't be at Sony's. So, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, definitely Nordic games are in, baby. Just funny how, we had God of War this last year. We could have Great Rune this year, and then next year we could have Assassin's Creed Ragnarok potentially. So I just find it funny that all of a sudden it's like, okay, everybody loves being a Viking. Obviously, we haven't heard anything about the release date. I'm sure we'll find out at E3. People are speculating that it could be set for a 2020 release for the next-gen consoles. We'll have to wait until the press conference, if it does happen, to see what exactly the visuals look like. We might even get a date then. But yeah, so we'll have to wait and see at E3 what's going on with From Software. In news we spoke about briefly yesterday, obviously everybody knows, if you don't know by now, Tfue, who used to be a player, or who was a player for Faze, has decided to file a lawsuit against the Faze clan organization. And it's a pretty big deal. A few of the things he's talking about is he's claiming that their contract is an oppressive contract, and it could allow the organization to take up to 80% of his earnings made from the branded content posted to social media. Also allegations of underage drinking, and so forth and so on. The Faze clan came out and made a statement and said that, this is from their Twitter account, at Faze Clan. We are shocked and disappointed to see the news of Tfue's press article and lawsuit. Over the course of our partnership with them, which began in April of 2018, Faze Clan has collected 0 tournament winnings, 0 Twitch revenue, 0 YouTube revenue, and $0 from any social platform. In fact, the only money we have collected from Tfue so far is $60,000 from our partnership. He's earned well more than that. While contracts are different with each player, all of them, including Tfue's, have a maximum of 20% to Faze Clan in both tournament winnings as well as content revenue, with 80% going to the player. In Turner's case, none of those have been collected by Faze Clan. We are proud of what we've accomplished together over the past year with Turner, and will continue to support him. Faze Banks made a video. Banks is Faze Banks is the owner of Faze. He came out and on Keemstar's Drama Alert show and talked about the situation. A lot of people are thinking that might have been a bad choice, but I understand where Banks is coming from. He was emotional in the situation. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens, depending on how this contract situation goes, because in Faze Banks' video, he did break down exactly what, from his point of view, his side of the story about what's been going on with the whole Tfue situation. He said that they've been trying to renegotiate a new contract, because obviously the contract that they signed when he first joined to where he is at now is 2 totally different sides of the universe. And so they were trying to work out a better contract. Obviously, like they said, they have only collected $60,000, which was apparently from 2 deals that Faze helped set up for Tfue. But beyond that, they have not done anything else as far as money goes, according to Faze Banks. Now, we'll have to wait and see what happens. This could be settled out of court, which will make everything all nice and easy. This could potentially go to court, though. And it's really going to be really interesting to see what happens in that situation, just because of everything involved, and all the accusations that were made by Tfue. It could get messy really quick. We will have to wait and see. If you guys want to go check out these videos, you can go to Faze Banks. On YouTube, you can go to Keemstar's Drama Alert, or Tfue's channel. You can also, Ninja reacted to what's going on. He's reacted to both what Tfue said and what Banks said. And yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting to see this story. I know I've been following this fairly closely just because, I mean, Faze Banks has been around for a long time, and it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting to see his point of view and how emotional he is about the situation, considering what he did for Tfue. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And other esports news, Optic Gaming has been quite silent as of late, but early this morning, Hector Rodriguez, the CEO slash owner or minority owner, has come out and made a statement about what's been going on, and he said this on his Twitter account at OpticHex: "I don't have an update at the moment. Just know that I'm trying to be. That I'm trying, have been trying, and will continue to try until the final no. But know that my commitment to my teammates and at #GreenWall remains true. Vlogs and eavesdrops will resume next week. I have to put all my efforts and focus on the task at hand." Hector usually has a daily vlog, plus he has a weekly podcast show called The Eavesdrop. So it's definitely going to be interesting. It sounds like we should be hearing something soon. I mean, because if he's saying that it's going to be going back to status quo next week, I'm sure we'll probably have an answer here sometime this week, if not during the weekend. So that should be really interesting. This is another situation that could get kind of messy, because really at the end of the day, all Immortals will get out of this, if they were to buy them, would be the League of Legends spot and the Call of Duty roster, mainly because Immortals already has the LA Valiant, so they would have to sell off the Overwatch League spot to somebody else. The Houston Outlaws, they would have to sell to somebody else, and they would also have to and then more than likely they would be parting ways with the CSGO roster, the Danish CSGO roster that Optic has. They could potentially keep the Gears and the Call of Duty team. Hard to say what they're going to do, but they would do with them. Maybe keep the Gears team around for a while, because they are the most winning team out in the market currently. But as far as the Call of Duty team goes, they could keep them for the rest of this year. I don't know if they're interested in branching into Call of Duty full time, because next year Call of Duty is going to a franchise mode, just like the Overwatch League or the LCS. So it'd be really interesting to see what they do with that spot. Obviously, they'd have to bid on it. I think rumor right now is spots are going anywhere from $30 to $50 million. And it's just really interesting times, guys. I will be reporting more on this as we get further into the week, or if any news comes out. And yeah, guys, so that's all the news we have for today. Pretty easy day on the news front. Nothing too special, nothing too fancy. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting those likes and those subscribes. That we got appreciated. Remember, if you do subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you guys get notified anytime we post a video on this channel. And until tomorrow, guys, this has been the Key Master 84. We'll see you guys next video. Peace.